From the land of blue crabs, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Inside Drag Racing. We're in Budds Creek, Maryland, at Maryland International Raceway for the Ultimate Outlaw Challenge. Now, this is something that's really different. As a matter of fact, you have a whole series of these, right, Nate Pritchett?
Absolutely. This is the Pritchett Controls Ultimate Outlaw Shootout, Ted.
Okay, and we're going to have about 4 different classes. Let's talk about the 2 stars of the show.
The big show are Outlaw 10.5 and Outlaw Drag Radial. In addition to that, we have 850 index, 275 radial, electronics bracket, and non-electronics. There's something for everybody.
Yeah, so a really neat show. Let's talk about the Outlaw 10.5. 10.5W, a little bit wider tire.
Oh, yeah. They say 10.5, but you put it on a 16-inch rim, that baby's pretty wide. But listen, you're talking about 3,000 horsepower street cars at 3,100 pounds running in the mid-6s.
With nitrous.
Nitrous, turbo, supercharger. Our rules allow for both.
Now, what blew my mind, though, was the radial tire category. Those guys running in the 6s?
This class is amazing.
On a street tire, DOT tire.
DOT-approved street tire, and most of them weigh 3,400 pounds. We saw this is the fastest drag radial field we've ever seen in the world, right here today. 2 cars in the 6s. It's only happened 3 other times.
All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to get over and meet some of those drivers right now. Alex, in the 6s, is that the first time in the 6s for you?
Actually, no. The last time we won a 693 at 210.
Boy, that's pretty impressive.
I think so.
How much does this car weigh?
3520 with me in it.
Tell me about your engine.
It's a Janie performance-built 540 big block Chevy.
How you feeling about this race?
Oh, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It'll be a good race. I can't wait. Let's give these turbo cars everything we got.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about your combo.
Well, it's a 632 big block, 3 stages. Third one takes out a little bit of stuff, but it gets it going. Does pretty good.
You feel like an underdog out here these days?
Oh, man, I brought a knife to a gunfight this weekend, but we got her sharpened up pretty good, so I got a good feel for everything. Hopefully we can get it down the track. We'll be fine.
You guys are putting on one heck of a show here, and are we going to see you versus Alex in the final?
I sure hope so. We got little turbo issues going on, but we took out a lifter last night in the race. We replaced that, but some of the trash went through in the turbo, so they're sticking up. So hopefully it's got 4 rounds left in it.
So everybody else does it with turbos, and you're using a supercharger.
Yeah, I've been sponsored by ProCharger for about 6-7 years now, and they just treat me so well, and I just don't want to.
And one's not enough.
No, one's not enough. We need 2.
An unusual setup, driving it off the crank, huh?
Yeah, this is a setup from the Supercharger store, and Bob and Terry helped me out on getting this system done, and it's like one of the first systems out there.
Now, how are you doing? You got a gear case there? You got gears in there?
It's got 3 gears in there that ride on the crankshaft, and it's got another like isolator in the front that turns both blowers.
The newest class we've added is like a junior outlaw drag radial. This is 275 drag radial. Tons of horsepower, small tire, crazy personalities. This class is going to be sick. We've got 23 cars out here today. And with me is Bobby, one of our 275 drag radial racers. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing pretty good, man. We struggling all day and last night, but we've made it come around this morning. Everything's working good.
Well, this thing's amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
It's a pickup truck on stock suspension. We're running 275. We've got a 434 small block on it. We don't use a progressive or anything. It's strictly time delay. We're trying out the new Goodyears. We just put them on last night. Made 2 hits, went a 124.60, and just qualified 523, 4th pass on the tires. So pretty happy with the Goodyears.
Bill, you need bigger tires on this thing.
Yeah, you do. Get down the track sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, this thing was on 4 wheels and then 2 and then 1 and then back on 4.
Yeah, just trying to put the power down to run a number.
Well, I mean, you don't lift either, do you?
No, try not to.
I couldn't believe one run. You did finally lift and still ran 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, just a little power up top, that's all.
Tell me about the power. What do you got under the hood?
It's a 620 Chevy motor, sweet 16 Brodex heads, 290 millimeter Pro Mod turbos.
This edition of Inside Drag Racing is brought to you by Summit Racing Equipment, the World Speed Shop, by ARP, the world leader in racing fastener technology, and by Lincoln Tech. Get the training you need for the career you want at Lincoln Tech. It's your future now.
Well, welcome back to Budds Creek, Maryland on Inside Drag Racing as we continue our coverage here of the Ultimate Outlaw Shootout. This is really a cool deal, and the title rights to this particular event is controlled by Pritchett Controls, of all things. But they have a display tied in with GM Performance Parts here. They have a computer, General Motors does, where if you want to order parts online, you can go right here and get at gmpartsdirect.com. Meanwhile, the Pritchett people have brought a couple of their Chevrolets to put in the display. Pritchett Controls, what do you do?
We're about saving money for our customers. We help commercial buildings run better. We are in the DDC controls and lighting retrofits, anything where we can save money for our customers and have them run an efficient building.
All right, so like the heating, air conditioning systems kicking off and on at certain times, making adjustments, lights coming off and on.
Exactly. We will schedule all that to make sure we're running the building as efficiently as possible to save as much money as possible.
Tie in a burglar alarm system?
You know it. We tie them all, and we use open technologies with systems. We're able to integrate those technologies into one system, and it's been a fantastic business for us.
Any businessmen out there are interested, do you have a website to go to and learn more?
We do. It's at www.pritchettcontrols.com.
All right, we thank you for your support of this particular racing endeavor. Very different, very exciting. How exciting? Watch.
Thank you very much, Ted Jones. Hi, everybody. I'm Doc Riley. This is the Coast Chassis Design Outlaw 10.5 highlights of round number 1. Rick Grove in the far lane in the 69 Camaro. Joe Newsom in the 03 Cobra. Newsom stumbles a bit at the 1,000-foot mark. This is all Grove. 7:01 with an 8, 199.29 miles per hour. Rodney Bitgood out of Connecticut in that 92 IROC Z, and Bill Mitchell in that 96 S10. Off the line, Mitchell at an 0.25. He's got problems at half track. This one will be Bitgood. 7:36 with a 9, 182.08 miles per hour. Don Burton, Aberdeen, Maryland, the 80 Mustang, up against Scott Giordano in the 03 Camaro. Off the line, Giordano with a 1.11. Burton with problems. This one, Giordano, 7:02, 195.68. Next up, our GM Performance Parts Direct Outlaw Drag Radio. Phil Thomas in the 00 Mustang, and Al Marlowe in the 91 Camaro. And off the line, this one's Thomas in 053, top end, 7:33 with a 4, 194.72. Paul Major, an 01 Corvette, 454 cubic inches. Keith Matheson out of Winchester, Virginia, 95 Camaro, 632 cubes. He goes up in smoke. Major goes 0.79 reaction time in that 01 Corvette, 7:18 with the 5 at 202 miles per hour. Next up, Craig Walls out of Delaware, and Alice Beatrice out of New Jersey. Foul start for Alex. Craig's 90 Mustang, an 0.70 reaction time at the top end, 7:73 at 185 miles per hour. On the line next, the R&R Contractor Services 275 Drag Radial. This is a nuts class right here. Bobby Flippin in the 91 S10 up against Wayne Gospers in a 99 Formula. Flippin goes 0.47 reaction time, a 5:22 with the 6 at 134 miles per hour. Justin Smith far lane, and Tony Reddix in the near lane. That 66 Nova near lane, 406 cubic inches. He's off the line first at an 0.69. Good drag race here, but he starts to wiggle. Justin Smith will take the win, a 5:19 and 136.50. Persistent Nitrous Technologies, 850 index. Frankie Santos in the 68 Chevy. Far lane, Mike Piot in the 67 Camaro. It's an 850 index, and 861 with an 8 takes the lead. Mike moves on. Derek Penamon out of Washington, D.C. in an 81 Malibu, 555 cubic inches far lane. Rockin' Rob CHERKAS in the 93 Mustang. He's in the near lane. Penamon out first with an 0.60 reaction time on 850 with the 3 and 147.65 miles per hour. TJ Casper far lane in the 93 Mustang. Brett Beachley, 71 Nova, 496 cubic inches. He goes off the line at 0.65. TJ Casper, that young man, at 0.47. And on this 850 index, at the top end, TJ Casper advances on 860, 145.13. Richard Gardner in an 80 Malibu, and Adam Howard in a 79 Chevy. Howard off the line first, 0.28 reaction time. Gardner in 0.72 reaction time. Gardner in the Malibu, 555 cubic inches on the index. He goes 852 with a 9 at 156.50 miles per